Welcome. Good morning. My name is Maureen Harvey, and I am the worship associate this morning. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a short, sturdy, older woman with a rosy complexion and gray hair, and this morning I'm wearing a peach-colored outfit. Welcome, everyone. Bienvenidos. Whether you have been coming to First Unitarian for 30 years or you are a first-time visitor, this hour is an opportunity to connect, to reflect, and open ourselves to encounter the sacred. A big thank you to the volunteers and staff who make Sunday mornings possible. We welcome our online participants on YouTube, and I encourage YouTube viewers to introduce yourself to each other in the chat. You may want to check in at one you see on your favorite social media platform to share this experience with your friends. Then please silence your cell phone and any other devices that might distract us for the next hour. We always have fun and exciting and interesting events for people of every age and interest, so I would like to point out a few. There will be a Scouting America Cub Scout Den recruitment event on the front lawn on Saturday, August 15th, for children in grades K through 5. Also next Sunday, we will have a blessing of the backpacks. So encourage all of your students to bring their backpacks to have them blessed for the school year. Another thing I want to point out, we just found out about this, is if you're confused about the state questions coming up in the next election, August 25th, there's going to be a town hall at Mayflower this Saturday. It's in the afternoon. We'll put the details in our newsletter, so look for those details if you're interested in going. Also, you can view it online and you have to register for it. More information on these and other events is available in the order of service, the weekly newsletter, and our website. We strive to share information. Staying informed about community life is a shared responsibility. If you are not yet on our email list, please use the QR code in the order of service to sign up. If you are online, you can sign up under the newcomers section of our website. And now we have a special announcement from Reverend Kent.
So I wanted to pause briefly as we all get settled in to make a very exciting announcement and introduction, because we have a new director of religious exploration starting today. Her name is Liz Tate. We wanted to take this opportunity to introduce her, but then she's going to go hang out with our kiddos and see what's happening in the classrooms a little bit. Do you want to say hello, Liz?
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Liz Tate.
Liz.
My name is Liz Tate. You'll have to raise this back up for you. I'm 5'1". I told the kids last week when I was auditioning that Tate means large or disfigured head in Old French. So that's how you can remember that. I have been wandering my whole life. I have been an attorney. I've been a United Methodist elder. I've run nonprofits. I've taught public school. But I feel like here I may have found my people. So thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you.
It is exciting. Okay, let's take a short moment to turn to greet one another. Please turn to the people seated near you and offer a quick greeting.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Greeting
How
you
are
because
you?
you're standing up here. Uh-oh.
Thank you for helping create the warm welcome of the community. After the service, please stick around to continue your conversation and hopefully make some new friends. Notice at the end of your order of service, there are questions for coffee hour. They are new questions each week to help you deepen your engagement with the morning's topic and to start a conversation with someone you don't already know. The flowers on the altar table this morning were donated by Linda and Ron Wasson in honor of their 61st anniversary. And now for our chalice lighting. If you are participating online, light a chalice or a candle or chalice at home as we light our chalice here. This morning, our chalice will be lit by Linda and Ron Wasson. We light our chalice in Midtown, Oklahoma City, on land that was home to first Americans, including the Apache, Caddo, and Wichita, on land that was taken from the Muskogee and Seminole and other removed and relocated peoples. We light the chalice with the words of the Reverend George Kimmich Beach. In the mystery of life about us, there is light. It gives us a place to be, to grow, to rejoice together. It opens the pathways to love. In this place of friendship, there is freedom. Let the light we kindle go before us, strong in hope, wide in goodwill, inviting the day to come. Now please join together in reading our covenant. The words can be found in your order of service. Oh, here we are. Yes, thank you. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Kent. I use he, him pronouns. I'm wearing a blue shirt and a purple stole with a chalice embroidered on it this morning. Our call to worship is from Gretchen Haley. She writes, "Because the tides are rising, so must we rise in this moment. Rise to this day, to this life, to this place in the web that is yours, that is ours. Rise, because the earth remains our only home, and we, fellow travelers, its only hope for healing, wholeness, salvation. Rise. Before the mystery, before the big bang that started it all, that this infinite universe still takes notice of us, still feels the in and out of our breath, still holds us, still connects us. Rise, or surrender with gratitude for this beauty, this chance to be part of it all, to give back, to weave life, past, present, future, everywhere and always as one. Come, let us worship together. Our opening hymn this morning is As Tranquil Streams. You'll notice this morning we are depending all on our projector, so I invite you to rise in body or in spirit to join in singing. As tranquil streams that meet and merge and flow as one to seek the sea, our kindred hearts and minds unite to build a church that shall be free, free from the bonds that bind the mind to narrow thought and lifeless free, free from the social code that fails to serve the cause of you and me. A freedom that reveres the past, but trusts a dawning future one, and is the soul in search of truth, adventure boldly and explore. From that in church your future waits, your liberating ministry. Go forward in the power of love, proclaim the truth that makes us free. I invite you now to join me for a short moment of prayer or meditation or just connecting with that center of your heart. Spirit of life, God of many names, mystery beyond naming. We gather in thanks for this good time to be together in community. This morning, we lift up all those who are healing in all sorts of ways. Where healing cannot be found, may comfort be available. This morning, we think especially of Celeste and Nate and all the other members of our community who are on a healing journey. We also know that Teachers and learners and their parents are making the great seasonal shift back to school. May the opportunity of a fresh start bear fruit for all of them. And we add to these the silent prayers of our own hearts. Amen.
The following are not my words. They are the words of the Reverend Yvonne Sion. And I chose this reading because it resonates with me and the challenge of overcoming my fears, wanting to be connected and being afraid of connection at the same time. Transcending boundaries. When I was a child, I would stand and gaze at the starry firmament and contemplate infinity. As I stood there, the boundary that is time dissolved. I expanded my spirit to fill the boundary that is space. My being stilled, and all fear, anxiety, and anguish disappeared. Forgotten were the chores, the homework, the ordinary around me. Transcending boundaries was fun in those days, but as I reached adulthood, it became more difficult. More and more, the world was with me as I did chores and homework. More and more, my own fears were with me as I encountered others. More and more, I was aware of the boundaries of race, class, age, and sex. I felt myself cringe at the bantering youth in the street as bantering youth in the streets became nearer. I felt myself become tearful as I encountered a senior citizen living with pain or the limited choice of a fixed income. I felt myself become angry as I was subjected to the indignities of being rejected by others because I am Black, because I am a woman, or because of the blind person or openly gay person I was with. I felt myself become unwilling to acknowledge my oneness with the addicted person who is my friend, or the homeless people sleeping on the benches in the park. Today, transcending boundaries is hard work. For one thing, I've created more of them since I was young, and I've built them higher and stronger than they once were. For another thing, I am more self-righteous and much less humble than I was then. Sometimes, when I am at my best, I remember that the other I distinguish myself from could be me in another time, another place, another circumstance. Then I remember the words of a colleague who observed that it is my racism, my sexism, my homophobia that I am called upon to address. So I take a few deep breaths and begin to release the fears that are the boundaries between me and my fellow humans. Generosity is a core value of Unitarian Universalism that we practice every Sunday as we take an offering, and the full offering will be sent to this month's Change for Change partner. This month, our Change for Change partner is Blaze's Tribute Equine Rescue, located in Hera, Oklahoma. They work to improve the lives of neglected, starved, and abused horses, regardless of age or disability, by providing rehabilitation, education, and adoption services. They promote and teach horse care and humane, natural methods for training horses. Learn more about their compassionate work at blazesequinerescue.com. As we enjoy the offertory music, our ushers will pass the offering plate in the sanctuary. Online, you can make a gift through the One UC website or send a check to First Unitarian. Just write Change for Change on the memo line. Would the ushers please come forward and receive the offering? If you are sitting on the wall end of a row, please pass the plate to the row behind you.
Our reading today is actually in the hymnal. I'm going to read it aloud, but I wanted to have the text on the screen so you could read along. While I love the Transcendentalists, their language is rather thick. So this is a collection of excerpts from Emerson's essay, The Oversoul. Let us learn the revelations of all nature and thought, that the highest dwells within us, that the sources of nature are in our own minds. As there is no screen or ceiling between our heads and the infinite heavens, so there is no bar or wall in the soul where we, the effect, cease, and God, the cause, begins. I am constrained every moment to acknowledge a higher origin for events than the will that I call my own. There's a deep power in which we exist and whose beatitude is accessible to us. Every moment when the individual feels invaded by it is memorable. It comes to the lowly and simple. It comes to whosoever will put off what is foreign and proud. It comes as insight. It comes as serenity and grandeur. The soul's health consists in the fullness of its reception. For ever and ever, the influx of this better and more universal self is new and unsearchable. Within us is the soul of the whole, the wise silence, the universal beauty to which every part and particle is equally related, the eternal one. When it breaks through our intellect, it is genius. When it breathes through our will, it is virtue. When it flows through our affections, it is love. Here ends our reading. Would you join me for just a short moment of silence? You might call it meditation or stilling your heart and mind. Sit back, okay, take a couple of deep breaths. Namaste. Amen, shalom, and blessed be. This month, we're talking about our Unitarian Universalist roots. Last Sunday, we touched on our Christian history. To review, both Unitarianism and Universalism were names for particular Christian ideas. We call them theologies. Other people probably called them heresies. But the point is, they were rooted in the Christian context. They were supported by biblical interpretation. In the 19th century New England, though, a major shift happened. A shift that shapes much of who we are today, especially the Unitarian part of our lineage. You've probably heard of Transcendentalism. It's known mostly as a literary movement, but that literature was part of an evolving worldview that challenged the status quo. And most of the key figures of Transcendentalism were connected to Unitarian churches to some extent. Transcendentalism developed in part as a rebellion against 19th century Unitarianism. Those liberal Christian Unitarian churches of the time were based on rational biblical criticism and historical tradition. They looked at the Bible and history to explain their faith. It was dry, it was stuffy, it was pretty lifeless religion. They were trying to breathe a new life into that. Transcendentalism encouraged a more spiritual approach. They rejected the dry rationalism of the Age of Reason. Transcendentalism evoked an immediate and emotional response to life. Ralph Waldo Emerson authored the first clear outline of this new way of thought in his essay, Nature. He wrote, quote, "Why should not we also enjoy an original relation to the universe? Why should not we have a poetry of insight and not of tradition, and a religion by revelation to us and not a history of theirs?" I know it's thick language, but it's a profound challenge to the establishment religion. He's saying, we still say it today, those old stories and old books and old miracles and traditions are just not enough. We want religion that we can see and feel and experience today for ourselves. So along with that desire for immediacy and awe, the other core of transcendentalism was a sense of connectedness. And I hear people talk about this all the time when they talk about their own spiritual lives. That's what I love about these historical movements. They describe experiences that I have had and that I hear other Unitarians talk about. In California, I often heard from a friend about a childhood experience of sitting under the giant redwood trees at sunset. The beauty of that particular moment made him feel in his heart and soul a connection with all of creation. In seminary, one of my favorite hikes in Colorado was to go up to this snow cap that melted into the Colorado River. It wasn't that far above Boulder, Colorado. But that pristine snow above where the trees would grow melts drop by drop, connecting a desolate mountaintop with the oceans of the world. It's a front row seat to the circulatory system of the earth. It's a magnificent thing to be a part of. It's a spiritual experience with the world, a simple receptivity to beauty and feeling a fundamental connection. But giving credit where it's due, part of where transcendentalism got this sense of connection was from Eastern religions. Transcendentalists were among the first Americans to widely read and to integrate ancient Hindu and Buddhist texts. Emerson's view of the soul that we heard about a little moment ago is a near direct reflection of Brahmanic Hinduism. It's absolutely fascinating. Transcendentalism is invested in the really big ultimate picture. In prayer, when I say God of many names, mystery beyond naming, transcendentalists are invested in that mystery beyond naming. Transcendentalists are fully invested in the ineffable, eternal, indescribable nature of the sacred. That sense of respect for the mystery comes up in a lot of different faith traditions, actually. Several months ago, we talked about the 99 attributes of Allah in one of our worship services. And you might be familiar with the Jewish tradition, where the proper name of God is never spoken aloud or even written in the Jewish tradition. It's a razor-thin path, talking about the sacred or holy mystery without applying so many metaphors and names that the holy then becomes limited or boxed in. So that word, transcendentalist, refers to their focus on the sacred as transcendent, fundamentally unknowable, yet everywhere, including in you and in me. And that's what today's Unitarian Universalism has come to focus on. Each and every person has within themselves the ability to directly experience the sacred. And those individual experiences enlighten us to a fundamental interdependence that calls us into community and into creating a better world. But that's enough talk about the ideas. I want to talk about some of the key players in transcendentalism. You've probably heard Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Margaret Fuller are the best known transcendentalists. They were also very close companions. Emerson was 15 years older than Thoreau and was in many ways his mentor and support. On 2 separate occasions, Thoreau actually lived with Emerson's family. Their relationship slowly grew into a profound friendship between 2 intellectual giants. And Margaret Fuller was closely connected with them too. Unfortunately, for many years, her deep appreciation of Emerson, or Waldo as she called him, was never well reciprocated. It was a dramatic triad of intellectual powerhouses, and it's really hard to imagine 3 close friends who did more to shape American culture or literature than those 3. So Henry David Thoreau was born and raised in a Unitarian family in Concord, Massachusetts. Perhaps the most famous contribution of Thoreau's was Walden, or Life in the Woods. It was published in 1854. The book is a reflection on Thoreau's experiment in simple living in natural surroundings. The work is sometimes misinterpreted as a casual journal or a memoir, but Thoreau set out on a much deeper literary project. It was also a philosophical exploration of self-reliance and interdependence and spiritual discovery. Rather than jotting down his ideas as he went, this highly edited manuscript was an attempt at creating a piece of American literature. Walden reports Thoreau's experience over 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days in a cabin he built for himself near Walden Pond. It was located very close to Concord, Massachusetts. The part that he leaves out is that mom helped with laundry, and I think there were cookies involved. But the book goes into excruciating detail to observe his daily living and the nature that surrounded him. And that level of detail is challenging reading. But there are 2 points to the writing style. First, Thoreau's trying to talk about a different type of economy. Rather than worrying about every dollar and cent to buy the latest gadget or trend, what if we focused instead on the number of things growing in our garden? Those who have read it know the painstaking counting of peas that he did, or beans, I believe. What if we focused instead on the cycles of nature or the creatures that we encounter or the walks we take? Recording the great detail of nature is also a demonstration of reverence for the beauty and the diversity. It's a choice, an invitation to join in deliberately paying attention to the world in the immediate moment. Another emphasis on Walden and his writing is the beauty of his own cabin and the building of his own cabin and the furniture in it, the growing of his own food, the mending of his own simple clothes, and so on. In a world that was increasingly segmented and specialized, Thoreau celebrated the fact that we are innately capable of doing these things as human beings. We are capable of taking care of ourselves. Not only are we capable, but there is joy to be found in time well spent. The luxuries of the modern world are as much a trap as they are a convenience. Now, historical context is always important. One of Thoreau's primary concerns was the pace of modern life that was exploiting people and separating them. He was there at the beginning of the American modern age. He saw the railroad and the telegraph come into existence and intrude on Walden Pond. He argued that the huge cloth mills of New England weren't operated for the benefit of humankind, providing them reasonable clothing. They existed almost exclusively so that corporations that owned them could be enriched. Thoreau tried desperately to call our attention to a different kind of economy and beauty. Rather than focusing on money to buy mass-produced goods that exploited workers, we might instead focus on accounting for the abundance available in simple living. That could be read off social media today. Thoreau realized that an old way of life was passing, and that what was replacing it was not an improvement. Thoreau also bridged the careers of Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln. He saw the United States make tremendous promises in its founding, but most of which were trampled. Sensing a fundamental connection with all of humanity, Thoreau found those violations intolerable. So he spoke out against the exploitation of Irish immigrants who had fled their country in starvation. He was indignant about the treatment of American Indians that were driven further and further west into territory that nobody wanted. Perhaps Thoreau's most eloquent writings were in his rejection of slavery. Now, too often Thoreau is portrayed as the solitary wilderness guy that went out to his cabin on the pond. But he was all about interdependence and the spark of life in every person. His nonviolent resistance, refusing to pay his poll tax to protest the Mexican-American War, was the basis for his essay, Civil Disobedience. That same essay that inspired Gandhi and King. Yes, he took some time alone in the woods, but it was all in support of human community. The second transcendentalist I want to talk about is Margaret Fuller. She's definitely the woman who's most associated with the movement. She was a journalist, an editor, a critic, a translator, and a women's rights advocate. Born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Sarah Margaret Fuller was the daughter of Timothy Fuller, a lawyer and congressman. And if you like a dramatic, possibly even tragic historical biography, Margaret Fuller is the story for you. Her father subjected her to incredibly rigorous classical education, teaching her to read Latin and Virgil at a very, very young age. That type of education was unheard of for girls at that time. While she became a child prodigy, the extreme pressure caused her childhood nightmares and physical strain. As a teenager, her intelligence alienated her from her peers, causing her to feel isolated. But eventually, she harnessed her sharp mind to become a dazzling conversationalist. Starting in 1839 in Boston, Fuller hosted a series of pioneering women's-only intellectual salons known as conversations. These gatherings provided a forum for women to debate ethics and fine arts and theology and mythology and education and all sorts of topics that were really taboo for women. The conversations grew groups of around 25 intellectual women. By the time she was in her 30s, Fuller had earned a reputation as being the best-read person of any gender in New England, and became the first woman allowed to use the library at Harvard. Margaret Fuller was the first editor of the Transcendentalist journal, The Dial, in 1840. The journal was the main voice of the Transcendentalist movement. It featured pioneering essays and philosophy and poetry. As its first editor, Fuller really shaped the vision of that important journal. But in 1844, she was hired by the New York Tribune. Moving to New York opened a whole new world and opportunity for reporting on things like prison reform and abolition of slavery and mental health hospital improvements. Her benchmark book, Women in the 19th Century, was published in 1845. It's considered the first work of feminist writing in the United States. Now, a year after writing Women in the 19th Century in 1846, Fuller was sent to Europe as the first American female correspondent and full-time book reviewer in journalism. I want to say that again. That was 1846, almost 60 years before women could vote in the United States. She was working as a foreign correspondent for a major newspaper. While documenting the Italian Revolution in Rome, she met and married an Italian nobleman and a revolutionary soldier. Her circle of literary intellectual friends, though, gave her a very hard time about it. They openly questioned her compatibility with a soldier. But she went to great lengths defending her relationship and the value of romance in life. While he was fighting to defend the Roman public, she volunteered as a director of the local hospital. But during that tumultuous time, she also gave birth to their son, Angelo, in 1848. After that, the Revolutionary Republic collapsed under French invasion, and the family headed to Florence. Finally, in 1850, seeking a fresh start, Margaret Fuller and her husband and toddler son boarded a merchant ship toward the United States. But on July 19th, 1850, the ship struck a sandbar and sank in a storm just off the coast of Fire Island, New York. The entire family died in the shipwreck. Fuller's body was never recovered. After all of that, she got an even worse raw deal. Following her death, her contemporaries, including Emerson, edited and censored her letters and her manuscripts to tone down her radical views, which actually diminished her reputation. After her death, her importance faded from anyone's awareness. It's taken over 100 years for her brilliance and impact to be fully appreciated. Early feminists, though, leaders like Susan B. Anthony, often revived her memory, citing Margaret Fuller as an inspiration for the fight for gender equality. Now, last but not least, Emerson is perhaps the most well-known of the Transcendentalists. I'll speak only briefly about him. His story is especially important because it describes the sort of antagonistic relationship between Unitarianism and Transcendentalists. Not only was he a Unitarian, but he was also a Unitarian minister for a while. Coming from a long line of New England ministers, Emerson followed the family tradition and went to Harvard Divinity School, which was by that time decidedly Unitarian. He was ordained as a junior pastor at Second Church of Boston. After just 3 years, Emerson resigned his position because he refused to administer the sacrament of communion. He argued that Jesus never intended the Last Supper to become a perpetual, rigid ritual. He found the practice outdated, uninspiring, and a barrier to direct, authentic experience with God. But his preaching and his impact on Unitarianism wasn't over. 6 years later, in 1838, Emerson preached one of the most influential sermons of Unitarian history. It was called the Divinity School Address. It was delivered in the chapel at Harvard Divinity School. His sermon critiqued Orthodox Christianity and historical religious dogmas. He argued that moral intuition and self-reliance and direct experience with the divine are far more important than church doctrines or the musings of clergy. The most controversial thing he said, though, was about miracles. He flat out rejected the miracles of the Bible. In 1838, he flat out rejected the miracles of the Bible in a church. He said that we shouldn't buy into those ancient supernatural miracles because our lives today are full of astounding beauty in nature and the compassion of people around us. In the sermon, Emerson wrote, quote, "The word miracle, as pronounced by Christian churches, gives a false impression. It is monster. It is not one with the blowing clover and the falling rain." Emerson's dismissal of biblical miracles and his claim that Jesus was best seen as a moral teacher outraged the Unitarian establishment. The Harvard faculty condemned the speech, and Emerson was banned from speaking at the university again for about 30 years. But guess what? That chapel where he preached the sermon is now named after him today. So while we fully embrace the legacy of transcendentalism today, they deeply challenged Unitarianism of their time. So in closing, I want to invite us to follow the lead of these transcendentalist prophets. Let us find a home for our souls in the beauty of this world. May we see the sacred in every face of every neighbor or friend. May we experience each bursting forth of spring as a new one. May you enjoy every scoop of ice cream as if it's your last. May you find the heat of August as a sign to appreciate the sun, the powerhouse of life as we know it on this good green earth. May our eyes be open to the blessing of every single day. Amen. Our closing hymn today is Building a New Way. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit to join in singing.
We can Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without peace, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
We extinguish this chalice with these words by the Reverend Sarah York. Give us the child who lives within. Give us a child's eyes that we may receive the beauty and freshness of this day like a sunrise. Give us a child's ears that we may hear the music of mythical times. Give us a child's heart that we may be filled with wonder and delight. Give us a child's faith that we may be cured of our cynicism. Give us the spirit of the child who is not afraid to need, who is not afraid to love.
We're actually going to sing our benediction together. These words come from Theodore Parker, I believe, who's actually the most important transcendentalist that I didn't even get to talk about. So we're going to sing his words instead. You can stay seated. Yeah.
Be ours a religion which like sunshine goes everywhere. Its temple's face, its shrine of good Lord, its creed of truth, its ritual words of love.
Go in peace. Let the light within you be a blessing to the world.